we need to go and check the cash from from the suppliers. Ne? I think it makes sense, but I'm gonna let me write it first so that you can see what I'm talking about. Just wait for a moment.
Okay.
Okay, the next one that I'm gonna deal with here is called. Let me just wait for. Sorry, it's a bit slow. Just wait for a few seconds. I think I need to change the laptop here because sometimes it keeps. So it's still breathing. Okay, yeah, it's okay now. Um, let's see if we can. Okay, this is our next one.
Okay.
This is cash paid to
Suppliers.
suppliers. Are we together?
Together.
Yes. So this is the next one that we need to. We can call it cash paid to. Okay, cash payments to. But okay, to. Let me just say to suppliers and employees. So meaning, so we're gonna focus on the expenses. Remember, it's like I don't know if when you did your introduction before, there was something called cash payments journal and the cash receipt journal. Do you still remember them?
Barely.
But it's okay. It's similar. Here is what it's
Okay.
like. We read is what cash receipts, and here it was cash payment. So even here, if you don't want to say cash paid, you can say cash payments.
Okay.
Yes, the same thing. Let me say you can just use that logic. Um, I'm just gonna call this calculation number 2. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna call it calculation number 2, and then I'm just gonna go down there and write it here as our calculation number 2. Okay, just the same way as I did with the other one. Just gonna put it here. Hello.
I'm here.
Okay, no, as long as you are here, I thought you are lost.
No, no, not yet.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. And so we're going to start with the calculation like the other one. Similar. So the first thing that we need in this case, let me just put it according to, I don't want to use a different method. I want to use the method that your book uses. Look at the first calculation that we did, né?
Yes.
What is the first thing that we wrote when we were doing that calculation? Can you see? The first thing is the trade and other.
And other receivables.
The trade and other receivables. So it's like now we're doing the opposite. Now we're gonna look for the trade and other payables.
Oh, okay.
Because now we're dealing with the creditors. We're not dealing with the debtors.
Okay.
Trade and other payables, same as creditors. Control. We're looking for the
Opening balance.
The same way we found the other one. Same procedure. Are we together?
Yes, together.
Yes, let's go and find up there.
So,
do you see any trade and other payables somewhere there?
Yes. Like for the credit.
This one.
637 and 637,800.
That's true. So I'm gonna go there. Six, 3, 7, 800. Ne?
Yes.
Yes, that's the first thing. Any question?
No questions so far?
No questions so far. Ne? Now, if you check here, you can use this again. Here we said Edward sales.
We added sales.
But here we cannot sell. Here we say purchases is the opposite.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So instead of saying sales, I'm gonna say, because I'm dealing with the creditors, we buy from them, ne?
Yes.
Yes, that's why we say purchases, because we bought. We're not selling. Here we are buying. Can you see now? So when it comes to purchases, we must be careful. Okay, honestly speaking, I don't know, just to check, ne? But I'm just checking. When you did your basic accounting or introduction, ne?
Yes.
There were two systems of recording stock or recording inventory. Do you still remember them?
Yeah.
Namely,
I think it was the direct and indirect. I can't remember.
no. The other one was perpetual.
Oh, yes.
The other one was periodic.
That's true.
Now, under periodic, when we buy goods, we call them purchases. But under perpetual, when we buy goods, we call them trading stock or trading inventory. Remember?
Yes.
So purchases here are the same as inventory in a way.
Yes.
So when you talk about the purchases, it means it's the purchases of inventory.
Inventory, yeah. Okay.
That's why we need to have a calculation for purchases here. We must involve the inventory.
Okay.
Are we together?
Together.
Now, we must first go and find inventory. Okay?
Yes.
Let's go to the inventory up there first. Do you see inventory?
Yes, there it is.
How much is the inventory at the beginning?
At the beginning of like opening balance.
Yes.
It would be 558,900.
558
900.
900. Okay. And then at the end, obviously, is how much? Is 66.
68,500.
Can you see that?
Yes, I
Now,
see.
it's up to us now. We can find the increase. So there's something called cost of sales. You know cost of sales?
Yes, I do.
Now, before, because this one can be a bit tricky, before I can give you the formula, because I don't want you to memorize the formulas, I want you to understand why. Yeah? So I'm going to write something here. From those periodic systems, the one that I was asking you about, I remember sometimes they wanted you to calculate cost of sales. And then when you calculate cost of sales, I'm going to write it up there.
Mm-hmm.
You usually say opening inventory.
Yeah.
And then we normally add, maybe it will come to your mind now. This is how we calculate cost of sales.
Yes, I remember.
And we less closing
There's some inventory.
inventory. And the answer here will always be
The cost of sale.
cost of sales. Remember this?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So we can follow the same. We do have our opening inventory. We have got our, can you see now?
Yes.
So what we can do, I'm just giving an example. Opening inventory in this case is going to be 558 900. Can you see now?
Yes.
Then purchases is what I don't know. I'll just put the question mark on it.
Okay.
Closing stock, I know it, which is 668
500.
500. And we said minus,
Yes.
I'll put it in brackets. And cost of sales, we know it. How much is it? Check it.
1.250 million.
No, the one at the bottom.
Oh, sorry. 845 900.
900. Yes. 810. 45 900. So usually they give us 1, 2, 3. The first three, they normally say you must find what?
The cost of
Cost of
sales.
sales. But now we want what?
Purchases.
So how can we do that? We can remember normally we come from up there. We say 558 plus purchases minus closing. We get what? Cost of sales.
Cost of sales, yeah.
But for us to find that missing figure, when we start from the bottom, we do the opposite. We're gonna say 845 900 plus what? 668 minus what?
Plus,
Remember,
are we
I'm trying
plus?
to find.
Oh yes, okay, makes sense.
I'm trying to find this, the missing
Yes,
one.
okay.
So if I start here from the bottom, I must do the opposite of what I normally
You
do
must
from
do
the
the
up there.
opposite. Yes, okay. It
So I
makes
say
sense now.
845. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Plus 668.
Yes.
Minus 558. That will be the answer that I'm gonna get on this question mark.
558 900. It's going to be 955. It's
955,
500.
500. So in a nutshell, because I need to use purchases, so I'm looking for this. So my question mark will be this. This amount will be here. Is the one that I was missing.
Interesting.
Does that make sense? Because can you see sometimes when they give you the memo, sometimes they just give you the formula. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, true. True, it makes
So,
sense after you did it like that.
so if you want to prove this, if you take 558 and you add 955, you less 668, it must give you 845.
Yeah, let me do that. That's 8, 900.
It's 558, ne?
Yes,
Do you get it?
yes, I get it.
I'm telling you now, when I go and put it on the formula, you won't be surprised. So you will understand why. So I'm going to go there and put this calculation down there because you can even, if you do it like this can be part of your calculations, doesn't matter.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
it doesn't matter how you put them. Calculations is according to your own way of doing it. So if you do this, this will act as your calculation. But I just want to follow the way your answers are presented according to your memos. Ne? So
Okay.
this is how. It's the same thing that we did up there, you'll see. So on these purchases in brackets, I'm going to say 845 900 ne?
Hmm?
Plus 668 500 minus 558 900 is the same thing that we have shown up there. So the answer is 995. Can you see now?
Yes.
Yes, that's the same way.
Oh, okay.
But I want you to understand how, because that's why it's important for you. That's why I keep asking you questions from the introduction because they still help us here.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
That's true. So this is the inventory. Um, these two are the inventories, and this one is the cost of sales. So this formula is used to calculate purchases. If I don't understand it, I go and check there. I can easily understand this one on top.
Okay.
This one. I can also come, for example, uh, I can just do this so that I can put it next to this. So this is the other way of finding. So it's the same way. So you can either show it this way or that way. So, but
Oh,
if you show
yeah.
it this way, remember, it's gonna take a lot of space, né?
Yes.
So what you do, you can do this aside. When you put the answer there, you only put 955 500, but the calculation can be down somewhere there. I'm just saying, so that you can have enough space.
All right.
Yes. Don't worry, remember, next time when you do the other questions, it will make sense. Remember, we're just using this question just to get the basics right.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to delete this one. So we have got our purchases. And what we need to go and look for now, we must go and look for other expenses. Or you can call them other operating expenses. It's up to you.
Okay.
So meaning any other expenses. Why do we say other expenses? Is because purchases is also an expense. Is the main expense. Okay.
Yes.
That's why we say other expenses other than what? Purchases. So here we
Okay.
need to go up there, check other expenses, né? Up there. are controlled by the information. So we start there, up there. You can only find the expenses here. Do you see anything written other expenses?
Yes.
Here. How much?
My eyes are a little bit crooked.
Okay. 233, ne?
33, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go down. Remember, I'm just showing the calculation in brackets there. So far, I found 233,000. I'm gonna go and check another one. Maybe I can find another expense. Okay. Are you okay so far?
Okay. Yes, I'm good.
I'm going up. I do have another expense here called staff costs. Can you see?
Yes, I see that.
It's also part of it, even though it's not added to the other expenses. So this is how they treat you. Sometimes when you present statements, there are different ways. Sometimes they say you must present using the nature of the expenses or the function. So sometimes they do separate. They don't mix staff costs with the other expenses. Sometimes they
Okay.
mix them together. You understand what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So you can't ignore this because it's also an expense. You must go and edit how much? 110. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go and add 110 here plus 110. And I must also go back. Remember, I cannot only look at that, I must check for expenses everywhere because I'm looking for expenses.
Yes.
Are we okay so far? So I'm going up.
Yes, we could.
Yes. So these are the only operating expenses because this one is not operating. This is the interest, and interest cannot be added to the other expenses. Are we together?
Okay. All right.
So we are not. We're going to deal with the interest thereafter. So these are the only two expenses I have, but I must also go and check down there because I can find other expenses from the information. Can you see now? If I check here, there is no expense here because this is an asset. Can you see now? Vehicle is an asset, okay? Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Equipment is an asset. There is no expense from number one. Number two, this is land. There's no expense here. There's no expense number two. This one, there's no expense. We also dealt with this one, okay?
Yes, we did.
Number four, we made a loss when we're selling the assets, so it's not an operating expense. We just want anything to do with the expenses. Number five, they're saying something. Can you see number five here?
Yes, I see it.
They say expenses include loss on sale of
Investments and
and
depreciation.
of how much?
45,000.
Now, let me say something. Let me highlight them so that you can understand. Loss because they were selling investments and also you understand depreciation, eh?
Yes, a little bit. Remember, I did it on the introduction.
Yeah. So obviously, when the asset loses value, we call that depreciation.
Yes.
Okay. Now, yes, these are also expenses. The loss on sale is also an expense. The depreciations, they are also what? Expenses. Ne?
Okay.
But unfortunately, these two, they are what we call non-cash expenses. Are we together?
Okay.
They are not cash. There is no cash because Depreciation, there's no cash at all. You can't say I lost the value of the asset and that is cash. That is not cash. Even the
Yeah.
loss on of assets, that is not cash. Remember, we're dealing with what you call the cash flow statement. Okay,
Yes.
we only need anything to do with cash because these items are non-cash. We must not involve them in our calculations. That's the only reason why we are not using them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So there are also non-cash items that you are going to find in future. I'm going to tell you about them, but for now, let's talk about only these two that we're seeing here. We
Okay.
exclude them because they are not cash. That's why I need to go and take out these 45. Why? Because they told me that they are included, of which they were not supposed to be included because they are non-cash. I don't know if it makes sense or not.
Yes, it does.
Yes. So this 45,000 is only for depreciation, okay?
That's true.
We must go and check how much of the loss that they made on the investment. I think somewhere they told us that they sold investment. Remember? Here, number 4.
Yes.
Can you see financial assets are the same as investment?
Okay.
Are we together?
Together.
That's why they say they made a loss of how much? Can you see now?
Yeah. Loss year
Are
2000
we together?
together.
So let me write it here. The loss is how much? Is
2000.
2,000. Can you see now? So meaning this amount of other expenses include 45,000 for depreciation and 2,000 for what? For the loss on sale of investment. That is the loss that they're talking about.
Yes.
We must go and minus 45,000 and minus 2,000. Does that make sense?
Okay.
And I hope you still understand why do we have to minus them.
Yeah, okay. Depreciation.
Because they are both non-cash.
Non-cash, yeah.
Yes. Can you see now?
Yes, I see.
Can you see? You must check all the information. Remember, we're still looking at other expenses. So we must even go back and double check if we don't have any other expense information. So we check number 5. Number 6, there is no expense there. Number 7, there is no expense there. It's just the tax information. Here is the dividends. So we don't have any other information about other expenses. So we can go and conclude our
The
calculation there.
expenses calculation.
We can find the answer for this one there. Can you see now? Always make sure that you show the calculations for marks. So you can say 233 plus 110 minus 45 minus 2,000.
Uh, 296.
296. Thank you so much. 296,000. I hope that you still feel good.
Yeah.
It's a process. It's a process.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
it was a list deep, but we'll revisit it.
Definitely, definitely. But I believe in talking about it. If you talk about it, you get used to it.
It's a good thing that we can lead the other question papers. Then when I do them, I'll see where exactly do I not understand. But so far, the theory that I have is good.
Yes. And again, it will help because can you see like even though sometimes we don't put the calculation the same as the memos, you will understand why. Can you see now?
Why? Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to put calculation as per the memo. I must also show you in a different way so that you can understand why. Because it's
How
easy to
did we
memorize the
arrive
formula.
there? Yeah.
It is easy to memorize the formula, and it's very easy to forget the formula. Now, the last thing here is to do the same thing like here. Can you see the last thing here on top here? We said less, as you can see there.
Yes.
But that will be the closing, remember?
Yes,
We're
I
going to do the
remember.
closing. We're going to say less. But now I'm looking for closing balance. And obviously we know where to go and find it. Remember, where we found this opening, we're going to go and find what? The closing, okay? We're going to go there, trade in other payables. Check here. How much is the closing?
732, 600.
732, 600. Don't forget to put brackets.
Yes.
And now we just have to solve everything and we get our answer that we've been looking for all along.
Yeah, I'm getting 1.156.
8. 1 0, like that.
No. 1.156. I don't know if I've got it wrong.
You said 637 800 plus 955 500
Yes.
plus 296,000 less 732 600.
732. Yeah.
Let me try it from my side again. You're correct. Is how much?
1.156.
156.
So there where you have 068 is 156.
Oh yes. Oh sorry. I didn't even see that I was writing somewhere there. 1156 700.
700.
You are correct. Yes. That's how to find it. Okay, so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah, step by step. So this is the amount that I'm gonna go and put it up there. Can you see that? That's the amount that we have so far. Okay? But don't forget to put it in brackets. Ne?
That's true.
because we're paying. This is an outflow. This is the inflow. We received this, we paid that. Now, we need the difference between the two amounts now.
Difference should be 488, 850.
488.
850.
850.
850.
Like that.
Yes.
Okay, so this amount is called cash generated from operations. Can you see now? This amount.
Okay.
Let me do this just to show that we solved it. Can you see? So we call the difference between the two is always called cash generated from operations. In other words, when we were operating all along, that is the cash that we managed to make.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, we can go and check the next one. The next one is going to be what we call the items to be shown separately. Things like dividends income.
Okay.
They are incomes, but they are not part of the process. Can you see now? They are the incomes which we incurred not because we're operating. You know, sometimes think about you as a human being. You are working, they pay you a salary.
Yes.
That is your operating income. But you do have some investment that you made, let's say at ABSA. Can you see that that income is not operating? Because you didn't get because you were working. No. It doesn't come from your workplace. Because of investment. The same applies to the business. The dividends incomes are not because of operations. It's because of, let's say, for example, we invested somewhere, we got that money. So it normally comes from the investment.
Right.
So I'm going to look for the dividends income, or you can call them dividends received. It's up to you. It's the same thing. Dividends can come from investments. Can you see now? We just have to go and look for the dividends on our information. Okay.
All right.
We have to check if there's a need for calculation or not. Let's go up there and check dividends, if you've got any dividends income. Okay, here they just set incomes, né? Can you see?
Yes.
We're not sure. We can't just take it. We need more information. Eh? So we must go down and check anything. Maybe they can give us something about the dividend somewhere. No dividends here. Number 8.
Oh, yes.
But number 8 is not dividends income. These are the dividends that we paid ourselves. So we cannot take number 8 because this is not income.
Okay.
Let's go to number 6. Other incomes is made of. Can you see now?
Yes.
So there is information about the bill. So they say in the other income we have got dividends we're looking for, ne?
Yes.
In that other income we've got dividends. We also have a decrease in allowances for credit losses. We also have a profit on sale of what?
Same
Plant
property.
and equipment. Can you see now? So for us to know how much are the dividends, we must take those other incomes and minus everything that is not dividends income. So the remainder will be the dividends income. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because we only need dividends income, but they told us that dividends income are part of the other incomes. So if I can go to those other incomes, take out the other stuff, what is remaining will be the dividends. So I'm going to go and take out what? Decrease in the allowances. I must also take out what? The sale. But we must first check these amounts because we don't know how much is the decrease. So I think the decrease, we do know it. And then let's go and check the decrease first. Remember, I think it's the one that we use from calculation number, let's see, from calculation number 1. Remember that calculation number 1?
Yes, I
They're talking
remember.
about this. Yeah, they're talking about this decrease that I'm going to show you. Remember this decrease?
Yes. Yes.
Of 51. They're talking about it. They say it's also included in that. So we must go and minus it, this one. Okay.
Okay.
So I can do this. I can say now I'm going to have this as my calculation number 3.
Okay.
And I'll call it dividends income. And for this dividends income, I'm going to need, remember, I'm going to take the other incomes. If we check the other income up there, the other income is how much is, can you see this one?
The other income is
Hello?
yeah, I'm here, sorry. 73,500.
73,500. Thank you. That is the other income. Remember, we must take out 2 things. We can take out the decrease that we know. Remember that decrease? This one.
The one that we calculated.
Decrease, because they told that it has been included. Ne?
Yes.
We're going to take it out. And if I remember, it was 15,
150.
15150.
Yes.
Thank you. because we're just following whatever they say. We follow whatever they tell us, okay? And we must also take out the sale, I think, the profit on sale. If we go back to the question there,
Yeah, it says profit on sale of
they said,
property.
so they sold property, they made a profit, so we must go and take it out. So let's go. I think they sold property up there. This is the vehicle, né? They said sold his vehicle during the year. Let's
The
go and check the
property,
other. No, they said property, plant, and equipment, né?
yes.
Remember, vehicle forms part of the property, plant. They say this is the amount that we are looking for. This one. Remember, this is the profit, né? Remember, vehicles are part of the property, plant, equipment. Does that
Yes.
make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes. Yes. So I'm gonna minus 28. Profit on sale. Just 28.
28,000.
Because our main aim is just to know how much was the dividend income. That's the only reason why we're having this calculation, because they said it is part of the other income, but other income consists of three things. We have to remove two things. These are what we just removed, okay?
Yes.
We have to remove these two. The remainder will be the dividends. How much?
It will be 30,350.
13,000.
No, 30. 30, sorry.
350.
350.
Okay.
Yes. Correct, that
13,
13
not
is
the.
3, yeah, 30, yes.
Thank you so much. So this is the amount that we're gonna go and put it up there as our dividends. Can you see it?
Yes.
Please don't put brackets because dividends received are inflow of cash. We are receiving that cash.
Okay. The one that will be in bracket, it's about dividends paid.
Yes, because that will be the outflow of cash.
Yes, yes, okay.
Yes. So we can check the next one. Normally after this, we can go and look for dividends expenses or dividends paid.
Okay.
Let me say dividends paid. And we know for sure that they are going to be an outflow. Okay, dividends paid. This one sometimes it's easier with an account, but let's follow the formula first. We must go and check any dividends that was owed last year and the dividends that is owed at the end of this year. Okay, let's go up there and check the dividends at the beginning. Anything to do with the dividends? Let's see. Can you see here the dividends payable?
Yes, I see.
This means the dividends owed. The word payable means owing. So last year, at the end of last year, we were owing dividends of 120, which is the beginning of this year. So I'm gonna find the dividends at the beginning of the year. So I'm gonna write it as, I'm gonna go down there. The amount is 120, eh?
Yes.
So this is how I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna say, it doesn't matter how you put it, as long as it makes sense. You say dividends. Payables. In brackets, you can just write opening balance. And it's going to be 120. Now, you have to add any dividends which you had during the period. Are we together?
Okay.
So we need to check if during the period we had dividends. Usually we find them under the statement of profit and loss. So we must go up there and check any dividends, because if I can come here, this will be from, is the beginning and the end. Can you see now? But I want the one that took place during the year. Usually it takes place under this statement. Do you have any dividends here? Let's see. We don't have, but it doesn't mean that if you don't have it here, we don't have it from the information. So we must check for the dividends during the period. So we didn't find anything here. It's okay. There's no dividends, but I remember I saw some dividends. I think it's the last one.
It was
Let's see.
number 8.
They said the company declared and paid how much dividends?
55,000.
55,000. So these are the dividends that I can call them dividends for the year to make it understandable. In brackets, charged, I can say dividends, or maybe let me call them at current dividends. You can also, yeah, just say current dividends, or maybe the current dividends charged. And then they are how much? 55.
55,000.
Can you see now? And now we have to look for less dividends payable, but this one will be there. Balance. Can you see now? And then if we go there, I think it was how much? It was
58,284.
58,284. And then we can just use there and we add everything together and we must.
116.
116.
716.
716.
Yes.
Thank you. So this is the amount that we are going to put as our dividends. But we must not forget that it's an outflow.
Huh?
I put brackets
Yes.
because it's an outflow of cash.
Huh?
So for me, the most maybe challenging, if you can master this one, the first two, up to here, these ones are straightforward.
All right.
A lot of information is here. Can you see?
Yeah,
But it goes with time. So
it
they
goes with
usually say
time.
practice makes perfect.
I see we've got a different total to the memo. Yeah, yeah, the cash payments.
Cash payments,
Mm.
they got. Can you see? But okay, but if you can check our figures, just compare because we have them with you then. Just check if our figures are different from. Okay, the first one is it the same? This the cash receipt is it the same? This one.
Yes, it's the same.
Okay. Now check if our figures are different from theirs here. Okay, check the memo. Do they have 637,800?
Yes, they do.
955,500?
Yes,
296
yes,
minus 732,600?
yes. Maybe Kirona's
Okay,
calculator correctly.
let's do it again. Maybe give
Yes.
one. Who knows? Actually, one.
Yeah, you never know.
Hey, who knows? I'm using my calculator. Use your calculator that side.
All
887
right.
500 plus 1250 123 plus 150 minus 507,100.
Yeah, no, I'm still getting the same, so it must be them.
Keep on as well edit on
Yeah,
because I get 1,156,700. Now the
yeah,
figures this one are not the same way.
yeah, it must be them. It must be an error from their side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully
But
they didn't
what
penalize.
I like is the fact that I'm able to actually know how we got there without actually looking. Even it doesn't worry me the fact that they've got a different number. The fact that we're able to calculate everything.
Yes, that's the bottom line. Can you see?
Right.
Let's see. Remember the aim is not to finish at the moment. Okay, the aim is to make sure. I think we took 2 hours already. I think we
Okay.
can take another hour tomorrow. What do you think?
That's perfectly fine with me.
Yeah, so that when you can go back and then we check on or like a guy, and then tomorrow I'll
Yes.
continue. Remember, it's not all about finishing, it's all about for you. I want you to get the basics right.
This is perfect. Thank you so much.
No, thank you very much, man. You must please apologize to boy and say, hey, that guy was busy, but now we started, so we will continue according to the schedule.
Okay. Thank you. I'll talk to him. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Ne?
You let me know tomorrow what time you will be suitable.
Yes. If I
Okay,
come, at
perfect.
what time do you come back from work? At what time usually?
I stay in Joburg and I work in Pretoria, so depends on the
Oh,
traffic. But I'm usually home around from 7.
I'll try because then I go something like, hey, traffic in Matata. That's why you feel like.
Yeah.
Mara, I'll update you or okay, if it's na komang and then Kawatar maybe the Tremena komang. So don't
Okay.
worry.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ness. See you.
All right. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye.